Kia ora guys, Bird here. Welcome to episode 6 of Thaumcraft for Addons. You can see we're over here by the infusion altar, and that I have the newly crafted Cursed Spirit's Blade in here with the repair enchantment ready to go. So let's pop the wand out and see if it'll actually take a repair enchantment together. I haven't actually tried this out by the way, so let's find out together. Well, it looks like it will take the repair enchantment, which is kind of cool. Sweetness, so we don't have to rely on the Thaumic Restorer to give it juice. Yeah, I was just wondering where the juice was coming from. It looks like it was coming from the magic first. The infuser is actually still sounding like an infuser. Let's get the pants on as well, not running around with our without our pants on. And there it goes, we've got repair 1 on there now, so I can use it to bash things around. And it'll repair back up, at least. At a bare minimum, at least repair 1. I think that's what most of this stuff has, yeah. Just want to get some more protection on there before we go ahead and fight the weather. I also set up the Thaumic Restorer down there with a place to deposit a jar if we need. And down here, this magical forest finally finished growing, and now I've got a new silverwood tree here ready to go. Unfortunately, the node in there appears to be a fading node. Hopefully that won't affect whether or not this turns into a magical forest. I can't actually see any magical forest blocks yet. All the grass hasn't finished growing there. Anyway, today we're going to get going with some more Thaumic Tinkerer stuff. There's a whole heap of research to do still, so let's see what we want to do first. Let's head over to the Thaumic Tinkerer tab. And there are a lot of things to do. I think what I wanted to get started with, though, is the Talisman of Withhold, though. I'll take your quote-unquote time. And also they're going to take 1 lucrum, 1 prayer cantatio, and 1 humanus. Let's go ahead and purchase this purchasable aspect and read about the Talisman of Withhold. After knowing that zombie brains have the ability to store experience, you've created a talisman that mimics that behavior. Not to a perfect extent, though. The switch ability to store experience, you need to shift right-click on the talisman. When the talisman is enabled, it'll absorb any nearby experience orbs. Those can be transformed back into usable experience by right-clicking with a glass bottle in your inventory, turning that bottle into a bottle o' enchanting. Oh, it must be worn in your amulet slot to take effect. Okay, this is another interesting item here. So, it can store XP for you. Like, why would I need to store experience unless you're doing something really expensive? And the only thing that I could think that would be is something to do with, oh no, runic shielding is what I was thinking. Runic shielding is anything in vanilla Thaumcraft that's really expensive, isn't it? You're taking hundreds of aspects once you get up really high. Look at that. But, as far as actual needing experience for stuff goes, I mean, just your XP bar would... It's done me this far into the game, so not too sure how a portable... what are they called? Brain in a jar? A portable brain in a jar would do for us. And these guys are storing a bit of experience, aren't they? Yeah, they got a heap in there. We just went up 3 levels. Yeah, I've just been periodically getting my levels up because I have been doing a bit of level stuff. I think what have I been doing? Yeah, that's right. I made a Project Big Bow. Is one of the things I've been working on recently. Where is that? Where is it? Project Big Bow. Oh, there it is. It's in here. Powerful Unbreaking 3 on there at the moment, and that's all come from Skeleton enchants, which is kind of cool. Almost up to Power 5. Anyway, well, that's the first thing out of the way, the Talisman of Withhold. We almost need to make it just to scan it, but I don't really want to do that right now. It seems to be fairly expensive for what it is, and we're probably just not going to use it anyway. So let's move on to something else. What else we got here? We've got all the stuff to do with the Osmotic Enchanter. We'll save that for later. We've got this thing right here, the Ethereal Platform. Hide the bromine and barium. Okay, is that some kind of Breaking Bad reference? I think it might be. With the beer. Anyway, it costs 2 sensus, 1 arbor, and 1 motus. So let's go ahead and pick this up. The Ethereal Platform. You devised a block that is only solid for anyone standing on top of it. Oh. This block does not have a collision box for anyone who doesn't meet that criteria or is sneaking. You can also camouflage this block as any other by simply clicking on it. You think you can use this with the Arcane Levitator for some interesting effects. Whoa! Okay, so you take 2 Great Wood Planks, a Silver Wood one, some Chump Change Aspects, and you get 2 Ethereal Platforms. Okay, so it's like, it's solid on the top, and you can put the Arcane Levitator underneath, I see. So, if you don't have a system like where you've got a giant tube going through the middle of your base, if you just want a nice little elevator somewhere in the corner, then you could have it like come out of here, and it looks like a wooden block, but in reality you just press shift and you fall down, and yeah, that's kind of cool. But we've already sort of worked past that, and in the whole design of the base sort of really focuses around the central tube with arcane levitators in it, so that you can get around fairly easily and for free without having to use your thermostatic harness. So again, we're probably just not going to use that. There seems to be a lot of stuff here in Thaumic Tinkerer that's kind of quality of life, nice stuff, but we've already sort of worked around it in vanilla Thaumcraft. Well, there's a bunch of cool stuff here. I think we'll go ahead and finish off this bout of research by getting up the Gaseous Darkness. It's all purchasables today. Alright, maybe we need to do one that we actually need to research. Is there anything like that we can do? So this one down here I think we'll finish off with. So let's do a Gaseous Darkness first though. A red handball. It's a dark handball, I would say. 4 more tools, 2 Tenebrae, and 1 iron. So I wonder what that is, because we had this thing which like lights stuff up. Maybe this makes stuff dark, who knows? You have studied the intricacies of the shadow, and found out a way to create gaseous darkness by infusing a phial with the raw shadow. This phial contains a concentrated extract of gaseous tenebrae that can be released through a right click and will spread relatively fast in the nearby area, darkening it. Wow. It's the opposite. So yeah, that just like I said, I didn't actually think that was going to be the case, but that just literally darkens an area. Wow. That's actually, that's kind of cool. If you need to make some kind of mob spawner area, you don't need to worry about making the place dark by putting a whole bunch of blocks on top of it. That is kind of interesting. That might need to come in. I'm not sure how I would use that, but I can definitely see how something like this could be useful if you're doing something to do with mob spawners or something in vanilla Minecraft. There might be some other reason that you need something like that, but there it is, the Gaseous Tenebrae. Kinda cool. Alright then, well that unlocked this thing up here. What's that? The Fume Dissipator. A Ryuji's helper. Now that reminds me, you guys were saying in the comments as well that we've finally worked out what this new thing is. It's to do with some anime character in an anime that the original creator of Thaumic Tinkerer, Vases, made. Oh no, they didn't make the anime, they liked the anime. But yeah, Vases was the original creator, you guys have said, and now pixlepix is the current maintainer of Thaumic Tinkerer. Vases has moved on to bigger and better things, the creator of Botania. Awesome stuff, Vases, keep going. Right, but yeah, that's a couple of stuff that we've already got worked up here. Let's go ahead and get ready and actually make some of this stuff. I think we'll get started, well, not with the Spellbinder's Cloth. I think we'll go ahead and get started with the Talisman of Withhold. So I'm going to go ahead and gather these materials, and I'll see you guys by the infusion altar. The infusion is nearing completion. We just need to grab in a tiny amount of Machina, actually. I don't really use Machina very much in these infusions. The only other thing I can think of being used for is the Arcane Boar. It's actually something that's fairly easy to get because it comes out of levers, but you don't need to get it very much. And there it is, the Talisman of Withhold. It kind of reminds me of the old Charm of Cleansing from Thaumcraft 2, actually. Or the Clam of Chenzing, for those of you who get the reference. Anyway, don't scan it with the book. You actually need to scan it with a Scanitron. And what has that got inside it? A whole heap of cool stuff. Sort of the aspects that it took to make it. Plus a bit of Witreus and Cognitio from the Zombie brand, I suppose. Kinda cool. So you just have to, like, shift right click it, right? There you go, and that turns it into more appropriate... the Club of Chenzing. Wow. Oh my goodness, I almost screwed it up the first time I said that as well, but there we go. So you just, you have it on you like that to work just fine. Let's see if we can find something to murderize to just, test out how that XP works. There's the hapless pig from the last episode. He got away. Not this time, though. Alright. So, okay, and we hear that sound. I assume that means that this thing picked up the XP, and we can also see that it's in absorbing mode. It's apparently raining, but it doesn't rain in the mesa, so we're in the clear there. Any peck in here today? No. Oh, it rains in airy biomes as well, the more you know. No, there's no other animals around. That's what we discovered in very early on in the series. Yeah, these mesa biomes are extremely barren for the wildlife. Alright. Well, how much XP did we get in this guy now? 5, so sheep have 3 experience in them. The more you know! Fact about Minecraft, so you just, you take this off, and what bottles did you need? Let's get the book back out. How did it work exactly? Do you need files or just glass bottles? Glass bottles. I think I have a few spare glass bottles over by the potion ingredients. Just a few. I'll go ahead and craft a couple up, actually. I'll go ahead and get 9 of them. I think that's how many you get over to the workbench. Yep. Like that. Alright, so yeah. 3 for 3. Awesome stuff. It doesn't use any of these to make that. That's a vanilla recipe. I have scanned those. I got Wakwa. So what? You just, how did this work? Those can be transformed back into usable experience by right-clicking with a glass bottle in your inventory. Okay, so you just take this, right-click. Unless I don't have enough to make a bottle o' enchanting. That's a possibility. I was just thinking maybe that'll make one for 1 XP. No. Seems to be a little bit more expensive than that. Unfortunately, the Thaumic doesn't tell us exactly how much experience we'll need in order for it to dispel. Maybe we have to put it into normal mode. Right click with the bottle. Yeah, I'm just guessing we don't have enough XP in there yet. I'll go ahead and see if I can work out how much experience we need in this off camera, but let's go ahead and move on to one of the other things that we've recently researched here. How about picking up an Ethereal Platform to test those guys out? Yeah, that seems like a good plan. Let's get some great wood and silverwood together. Let's see, my great wood's right here, and my silverwood is also right here. We almost haven't used any silverwood. I've just been very hesitant to use it because it's so gosh darn valuable. Well, having said that, I've actually got a whole heap in my wood chest. I'm not sure if you guys have seen it. Anyway, let's go ahead and prepare this. You have to put that like that. We do. I just want to get enough to block off the our central tube here. There we go, the Ethereal Platforms. Follow rule number 1 of Thaumcraft. Drop one on the ground and scan it. Arbor and Peridictio. Kind of an interesting little way to get some Peridictio if you're so inclined. Like a Vis Essentia conversion. Okay, and they sort of look like the combination between the Great Wood and the Silverwood textures. That's actually kind of interesting. But okay, let's pick this one back up. Did this break easy enough, so... Yeah. Okay, so... They don't block out the effects of an Arcane Levitator. I'm not sure if I've seen any blocks that can do that, but... If I hold shift on there, yeah, you just fall straight through. Righto. And then I assume you just fall through, yeah, so... That's sort of where they come into play quite a bit, but like I said... You don't really need this there. It's pretty much... Oh, hey, they fall up. Well, yeah, Bird, that's because they're on top of Arcane Levitators. I must go, my people need me! Right. Well, anyway, those are the Ethereal Platforms. Kind of cool if you're... Again, if you're sort of, you know, not quite as developed in your base as we are here in this one, then this could be something that you can use to cleverly hide some Arcane Levitate elevatoriness. But yeah, that is... something that is fairly awesome, I would say. For the, yeah, for younger bases, I'll say. Was there anything else that we wanted to research that we didn't... We've got the Gaseous Tenebrae. I don't really want to make any of that because I don't want to use it. Just yet, anyway. I think we'll go ahead and... Yeah, let's go ahead and finish off this episode by doing that complex research. The one that we're going to need scribing tools and paper for. So let's get our paper out. The inventory is a mess. Always seems to be when you're doing a bit of Thaumcraft. Let's get that research note. What colour is that? It's sort of a bit brown, kind of a faded brown colour. Oh wow. So we've got Telum, Bestia, and Prae Contation on a very large board here. Well, let's see if we can get started with this. I'm going to start with Telum over here. This goes to Instrumentum. That's probably the best aspect to connect to. Then we'll go Humanus. So we've got Bestia right here. What will Bestia connect to? Motus and Victus. I think I could go something like Motus Machina. That might work. So we'll go Motus Machina. Where are you? Alphabetize. Right there. Okay, now the Machina has Instrumentum inside it actually. I don't think anything else has Machina, so that might not be the best plan actually. Why don't we do something like Air? What about... You'll go Arbor, that's probably a good idea. And then we can like go through Arba, that might work. What about Humanus? Right, so Humanus, we can't use Bestia, so we'll have to go Congitio. Although there are a bunch of stuff that have Humanus inside them, I think. We got Messis right here, that's a good aspect. So we got Messis and Arba, there we go. Nice way to join those two trees up. And let's see if we can get over here. I'm just thinking. Potentia Ordo Victus Sano is probably the best way. I've been looking back at some of the footage from my researches, and I've, in hindsight, realised that I could have done things a little bit more efficiently. So I want to see if I can improve my research skills. Let's get that Sano down and Victus down. That's fairly well optimized, I'd say, in terms of research. Almost probably perfect, to be honest, but there we go. Mob summoning, almost necromancy, but not quite. It's a medium, moderate forbidden research. We've got some permanent and regular warp. Let's go ahead and check the sanity checker, see how insane we are. Ooh, we're a little bit over halfway now. Oh dear. That's building up, guys. It's building up, and it's only going to get worse the more of these add-ons that we add that have their own forbidden researches. Anyway, let's go ahead and read about mob summoning. You are able to use the souls gained from a cursed spirit's blade in order to summon mobs. So what? Place 3 pedestals around a tablet of necromancy. Okay, and these are pedestals? No, oh, okay, like the pedestals as in the arcane pedestals, like I've got right here for my wand graveyard, I see, okay. Let's keep going. On the pedestals, place 3 soul aspects. Different types of soul aspects give different types of mobs. Every mob has a different composition. I see, and to craft that, you're going to need 50 Ordo, 50 Periditio, 3 obsidian tiles and 3 stone. And that gets you the Tablet of Necromancy. Holy crap-oly! What's this? This is a condensed soul aspect of Messis. Okay. So that takes soul aspects of Messis. And then you take... Holy crap! You take 8 condensed soul... No, you infuse 1... Oh, sorry. I just hit the mic if you didn't hear that. 1 of these and 8 of them surrounding to get an infused soul aspect of Messis for 10 Messis, okay. By creating infused soul aspects, you're able to summon mobs without consuming soul aspects. Summoning using infused soul aspects is much slower than normal. Right, but... no, that's the wrong one. So... I'm just confused, because it says soul aspect of Messis, but what kind of monster would that summon? Because then technically we've got 48 different kinds, and there aren't 48 mobs in the game, I don't think, from last count. So, what will that summon? I just actually want to quickly read up on this thing to see how to get these soul aspects. It's here somewhere. Active this ability, shift right click. Oh, okay, so you take this, you shift right click, activate Essentia Harvesting. Okay. I want to try this out for real, so let's head back up here and see if we can find some things to hurt. It is nighttime, so there should be a few bad people around. Hello? Really? Really, game? The one time that I want monsters? It does not make them show up. The hell? Alright, let's see if we can get one out of this dude. Oh, okay, so they dropped multiple. So that dude gave us Terra and Bestia. Okay, I see. So, you just get... It seems like you just get any old random ones from pretty much every mob. I saw a creeper down there, but I think he despawned. No, oh, wow. There's a lot of dudes over here. My inventory's probably a little bit full, but I want to try it anyway. Yeah. Right. Man, that used up most of our runic shielding, and now... Don't blow my stuff up. Please and thank you. Yeah, let's just go ahead and finish this guy off. Yeah, we don't really have the inventory space to do this. That's one downside of this, I suppose. What can I drop? Oh, man. Wait, well, no, let's get rid... No, the zombie brains are fairly good. What can I drop? I guess the zombie brains are the least valuable thing. So that was Exanimes, okay. So, well... We've just discovered an entirely new whole system of things to do with mobs discovered here. Let's actually just very quickly here just finally finish off the episode by scanning one of these things and seeing if you scan one, you scan them all type deal. That's got Exanimes in there, cool. No, okay, so you actually have to scan them all individually. I know in Thaumcraft, you scan one, you scan them all with that sort of stuff. But anyway, that is it for this episode of Thaumcraft 4 Addons. I hope that you guys have enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, kia kaha, and I'll see you in the next episode.